Well. Does this work? Is this still set up correctly? I don't know. Apparently so. Apparently we are still set up correctly on Twitch. So this is unannounced, but I feel like playing some games in MAME. It's far too hot. I've had a really rough week because I've just been suffering with COVID again, and I just want to do something. So yeah, let's just fire up some games in MAME and have some fun. So hello everybody, if anybody's here. Probably not yet because this wasn't announced. Let's start by playing Swimmer, because you know what? I would love to dive in a river right now and not be quite so warm. But hey, we're having a little bit of a mini heat wave here in the UK. So yeah, with Swimmer, where we are swimming along and collecting fruit that just happens to be floating on the water. And putting big logs, that's always a good idea if you're in the river. So yeah, one of Tekken's games. Tekken who did Bomb Jack. Oh yeah, that's enough food. That's a turtle. You avoid those. So yeah, it's been a while since I played this one, and a while since I've been streaming. I mean, I did do some streams at the start of the month. The spot was meant to be just June, but then, as always, life kind of got in the way. But yeah, so I don't know. Let's just play a little bit now. So yes, you have to avoid the turtles. Yeah, you have this dive underwater mechanic, which allows you to get past obstacles. It's a nice, simple game, really. Not as well remembered as classics like Bomb Jack, but Tekken would go on to be Tecmo, so they didn't do too badly. Anyway, yeah, so I don't think we've got any real theme for the games we're going to be playing today. I just thought, you know, let's play some games. Let's see where things take us. So if anybody is watching and has any suggestions, then feel free to say hello. Hey, ZZZ Unknown or ZZZ Unknown. Hope you're doing well. I should probably go and announce this in my Discord, shouldn't I? Or on my Twitter, or absolutely anywhere. Maybe I'll do that in a minute after I've played a little bit of a game. I don't know, but yes. How are you doing anyway, ZZZ Unknown? Have you been playing any MAME games yourself recently? The Swimmer hardware is kind of interesting in the sense it's similar to Crazy Climber. It's got sort of a floating tarmac big sprite, which obviously is being used for the log here. Otherwise, that is quite standard. Just a bunch of tarmacs and sprites and a bit of scrolling. Yeah. Simple enough hardware, but there's some fun games on it. I mean, there's this Swimmer. I say Crazy Climber, they're not all the same PCB. But the Swimmer here, and there's Guzzler, which is another second one, I believe. And then obviously you've got Crazy Climber, which I've never been a big fan of, but I do acknowledge, you know, it's an important game. What else was on this driver? Is it Senyo? It kind of feels like the hardware that came before the Star Force hardware. But yeah, I don't know. Everything seems to be slightly derived from something else in this point in arcade history. Everybody's copying ideas other people had. I think I read that this is in some way slightly related to the Galaxian style hardware board still. Yeah, I don't know. Common designs. People borrowing from each other and not being very clear where you sort of draw the line between one hardware type and another. Yeah. I'll give this one a little play because I think this is one of those games that you might just call a hidden gem. Don't think it's a Tekken game many people remember. It's certainly not Bomb Jack. Though, to be fair, I mean, what else did Tekken do that people really remember? They teed off the golf game. I don't think anybody remembers that one. They did. I think they did a few more interesting games, but Bomb Jack's the one everybody remembers. And of course, like Star Force and stuff like that. Were they Tecmo by that? What was that? They were the same company, wasn't it? Star Force. I'm getting confused. Was that Tecmo? Were they Tecmo by that point? I don't remember. Again, I have not really researched this, and I've got a lot to remember. But yeah, I've been working on a few main things of late. Zing Zing found out how to dump some of the IGS 027A processors, including one from a sort of kids redemption game called Super Kids. So yeah, we can emulate the whole ARM side of that now, which is kind of important. But there's also a Philips XA CPU on there, which is once advertised as being, well, it's been 80C51XA is what people call it, which might lead you to think it's compatible in some way with the 8051, which it is not. So yes, for the IGS Super Kids game, I've had to write a new disassembler, and we'll be writing a CPU core probably as long as the disassembler gets merged. That should be interesting. I mean, it's not going to be the most fascinating game in the world ever, but the same hardware as a game called Fearless Pinocchio, which is a kiddie redemption fighter, basically a one-button fighter where you're Pinocchio and you fight various cartoon characters like the genie from Aladdin and things. So that should be quite interesting. Peter Williamson has got the Fearless Pinocchio PCB, and Zing Zing will apparently be sending instructions on how to dump the IGS 027A from those PCBs to him. So yeah, if I can get the new CPU core up and running for the XA CPUs and finish off the driver, that's something we might see soon. But who knows? The process could go probably wrong. So I'm not making any promises yet. Yeah, since I've been kind of ill the last week, like, well, COVID for the third time, which is always fun. They've always been really well spaced apart, and I think I've just been unlucky. I know, I know when I've been surrounded by people with COVID, and I felt it's inevitable I'm going to get ill, I've ended up being fine. And then, yeah, I go to a random karaoke night with some friends at the weekend, and nobody else gets ill, and I just end up horribly ill. And then do a test, and obviously it's like, oh, look, it's positive. So, yeah. I'm feeling better now. Just kind of at that point where, you know, I might be feeling better, but I'm probably still contagious, so probably shouldn't go anywhere. Or do anything which, you know, makes this warm weather all the more fun. Anyway, anybody a big fan of Swimmer? It's a bit like a ninja move, you know, when you play those ninja games and you can hide in the shadows and move unseen, but this is with water and swimming. But you still do have to work out where you're going to come up and when you're going to come up, so you don't want to be coming up where the enemies are, because that will get you killed. You can push scroll it if you go to the top. I don't know if there's any benefit doing that. It doesn't seem to just boost your points like Hacker Fighter does when you force scroll it. So I think that's just if you're... Unless there's a time bonus, I don't know. It just seems unnecessarily risky. Especially if you don't react to the tree branches in time. The logs and the logs. They're not really branches, are they? These are... They're big fat logs. I guess it can be quite fun to try and go fast. Ooh. Did you always go after the same amount of time? I think maybe you do. I thought you had to. I thought it depended on how long you held the button, but I think it's actually just a fixed period of time, isn't it? But yeah, it's a simple mechanic that works. Yeah, it gets a lot more difficult when these enemies start moving around like this, and these are more like Gallagher patterns. Ooh, yeah, you don't want to be at the top of those ones either. Let's go. But yeah, I don't really have a plan for this stream, so if anybody is in the chat and fancies seeing something that runs in MAME, do let me know. requests will be considered today. Or today. I mean, requests tend to be considered anyway. Especially today. If you don't, I will just play whatever comes to mind and fail at it badly, just like that. Interesting to see that pinball-like bonus thing at the end there. There's not that many arcade games that do it, but you do see the odd one. Where if you match the the bottom 2 digits, you get a free life or free credit. Obviously, Tekken must have seen that in some pinballs. Even this was 82, and I mean, I'm assuming it originated in pinballs. That's where people associate it, what people associate it with. But yeah, the odd arcade game had it too, as just a way of getting a bonus life or a bonus credit on death. And this is one of them. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good game. There are a few of these vertical scrollers with simple concepts that I really enjoy, and yeah, I would put this up there. Maybe not an all-time classic, but a fun game. I mean, it feels different enough to be worth playing. It manages to ramp up the difficulty with the more challenging enemies quite well. It doesn't feel unfair. It just feels like, you know, you have to start to learn the enemy patterns and get used to them, and be careful when you dive. Attractive colours. Jolly little tune. Can't complain too much at all about that one. And here you see there are some levels I didn't quite get to. This one here. So it does mix things up even beyond that, and it looks like if you pick up one of those things, you can have the Pac-Man sort of power pill effect. But again, I didn't really get to that point, did I? And there's your bonus table. So yeah, it looks a bit fruit machine-y, but whatever. Whatever. Anyway. Let me just do a little bit of promotion of this then. So I've not advertised that I'm streaming anyway yet. So I probably should do that. Okay, so this will just take a couple of seconds. It's a bit of an impromptu on this, but Emulation Livestream. Yeah, okay, let's share that there, and share it in the Discord. Right, okay, so that's shared in 3 pages. Let's just pick one I don't play very often. Let's go with a sequel. A sequel that's oh no, this isn't a sequel. This is no, that's not a sequel. This is the set names in MAME. Our Thunder 2 set name is a set of Rolling Thunder. Our Thunder 2 is Rolling Thunder 2, of course. I mean, why would it be anything else? So Rolling Thunder 2, the arcade sequel to the game we just briefly saw, which I accidentally fired up, Thunder, which is, well, it's one of those games that's a bit like Shinobi, although the original Rolling Thunder, I believe, did come out before Shinobi. So while Shinobi has its own sequels like Shadow Dancer games, Rolling Thunder also had, well, one arcade sequel, which was this one, Rolling Thunder 2. It also had a Mega Drive exclusive, or I think at least a console exclusive, third game, but that's not what we're looking at right now. We can have a look at Rolling Thunder 2 and see how we go from here. So we get the female agent this time. Yes, it's a walk along and shoot game with multiple layers to be on. I'm going to interrogate it there, huh? You go through the doors to recharge your ammo and stuff. Say arms. Ammo back. Yes, so there's a lot of hiding behind cover in this game. in some sense, it almost feels like inspired the likes of Time Crisis, where, you know, that's a lot of looking and covering and firing. Yeah, there's something down. Even if on enemies you can't see, that happens. Since Time Crisis is a light gun game, but let's get the. It does sort of feel almost related. I know you're hiding in there. Oh. Yes, and obviously this kind of double layer side scroller became popular in with other games too. I mentioned Shinobi, but when you look at things like Sunset Riders, they feel kind of similar in some ways. Charlie Ninja to a certain extent, the Ninja game. So yeah. So the knockoffs like Suna's what's the Suna one? Suna didn't knock off the anything, but I completely forgot the title. Something Ranger, wasn't it? Rough Ranger. Was it Rough Ranger? Yeah, I think it was Rough Ranger and Super Ranger, the Suna games. And they also did Ultraman, which kind of has this formula. Oh dear, I died. Checkpointed. Here's a guy, welcome, hope you're doing well. I don't play this one that much. I bet this is one of those that's going to get the music match, isn't it? Because it's a Namco game. Oh, did I stand up into a bullet? I think I did. That was silly of me. Do you have any suggestions you'd like to see me play at any point, Aussie guy? Okay. Grenades to the face do hurt. Not be denied. Okay, I can continue on level 2, that's fine. Bit awkward, that, isn't it? I would want to go back a state to continue. Yes, I walked onto an explosion and died. Yeah, these games kind of reward patience rather than just the gung-ho run forward technique, which is, you know, what I'm employing here. Say one hit deaths. Lucky. And checkpoints. You have to be careful not to stand up into the bullets. Bullets. What did I do there? What hit me then? I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy looking to see the Sparky man down there. He was definitely not Sparkman. Tekken AU was done recently in HB now. Okay. Don't know if I have that pull request merged locally. I can check. I did briefly check it out, but that was not on this PC from memory. I don't know. I'll check. Might be in this build. So it's been a bit of a write-up of the last week of me being ill. And I can't quite remember where I was in terms of checking submission and the like. May have think on this one. So I'll have a look at it, but no promises. Better shot now. Slow and steady approach is how you get somewhere in this game. I actually want to get to that. I wanted to jump it down. Please. Can I go this way? Yep. Look at that. Shooting back of the legs. Okay. Oh, I had to jump over that one. Well, I wasn't quite quick enough. Okay, no, I'm not taking it slowly. Quite a long round too, isn't it? Oh, I've made the same mistake again. I ducked instead of jumping. That is game over. That is game over. So this was a bit of Rolling Thunder 2. Now, I suppose I should look at the Mega Drive game, shouldn't I? Because, you know, there wasn't a Rolling Thunder 3 in the arcades. But Mega Drive did get its own sequel, Rolling Thunder 3. I'm quite surprised this wasn't an arcade game. It was not. I put my drink in the freezer for too long and they're frozen. Okay. Let's see, configuration. So yeah, this was home exclusive. This one. How does it compare? I don't really know. Let me get to select your weapon. Let's just do full auto. What's no shotgun? Full auto. So obviously it's visually a bit of a downgrade from the arcade sequel, but Mega Drive does not have the best hardware in some senses. I mean, I do like the Mega Drive, but its colour hardware especially was a lot on the weak side. However, I don't think you really play Rolling Thunder for the graphics, and the animation's still there. I mean, can't play about the animation, the explosions are quite nice. See some familiar enemy types already. You've got to throw a grenade on your head. Oh yeah, you can shoot up and down. Don't think you could do that in the second game. If you could, I forgot about it. It's the diagonal bullets seem incredibly slow though. It does end up feeling a bit more like Robocop though. Oh yeah, don't stand too close to those when you blow them up. Really should be obvious, but brilliant. Shoot in the head. Stick the door up. Oh. landing the bullets. At least you sort of respawn in place here. It's not back to the last checkpoint like Arcade 2. I just forget I can do that too. Developed by Now Productions from Namco. I don't think they did the worst job. I say those diagonal bullets seem weird because they seem incredibly slow, but does capture the spirit of Rolling Thunder, doesn't it? Plays pretty much how you'd expect. Okay. I do find home exclusive equals to be an interesting subject. Okay. And this has these cutscenes. Round 2, the factory. Choose. I do have the this attack too if I want to use it rather than using a bullet. Bit of a strider look to those dogs. Oh dear. It's clever. No, I don't think we need to continue. Yeah, that was a bit of Rolling Thunder 3. So where next? Where next indeed? I'm not sure. I'm not currently sure. Don't think we need more Mega Drive. Ooh, what should we go? I know. Let's have a quick look at the Gyrodine from Crux. I can't remember if I played this recently or said I'd played this recently and didn't, but I fancy playing it anyway. I have a feeling I did, but nothing wrong with playing the game again, is there? Yes, one of those helicopter games where your firing direction depends upon the direction you're facing. Camera Away, the Sega Samples prototype, is the same thing. Now Production did a lot for Namco, mostly on the NES Famicom. Are they generally well liked? I mean, I thought that was a perfectly reasonable and decent interpretation of Rolling Thunder for the Mega Drive. You know, fairly basic, but didn't feel like it was doing much wrong. Just, you know, not overly ambitious. Oh yeah, this is one of those where the bullets are actually really difficult to see. Luckily they're not too fast or too plentiful, but they do get a little lost in the background. Yeah, otherwise, I think this isn't a right shooter, to be honest. Played worse. Be like a... Look at the little effects here when you're above the trees. It makes them just that wave effect on them because of the downforce from the helicopter. Nice little touch. You might not necessarily expect. It makes a difference when the sort of the backgrounds in a game aren't entirely static. Otherwise, you know, you may as well be playing something with just laserdisc backgrounds if they're all completely static. So when you get little interactive elements like that, I guess it's not full-scale destruction like you see on a Raiden 2, but it's still nice. It's an attractive little effect that doesn't the houses don't know, but the trees do. Attractive little effect that reminds you that you know the CPU does have control over what you're seeing on the background tower maps. Unlike games with hard-coded ROM tower maps, the Duyong ones, that category. So I've encoded in the ROM. That goal, here they are not. I mean, obviously you can still cheat if you've got talent in ROM if you just use a few sprites later and use sprite for stuff. You think a lot of it's alright? Pretty good? Yeah, let's say you do tend to find that. There are certain developers who definitely consistently did a better job, while others you just know to avoid them. Micromix being one of the not so good ones. I believe we have looked at some of their stuff before, haven't we? I wasn't going to be able to squeeze through that gap. Yeah, maybe my only complaint on this one as an arcade game is you probably get far too long off a credit. It really needs to ramp up the difficulty a bit more quickly. Arcade's owners would not have been too happy with the amount of playtime you get in the credit. They want people on off machines as quickly as possible. In the default settings, this is not really kicking up, is it? Let's lock some ground targets. Ooh. Right, the annoying silent we've got going on there, but hey. Just because I'm invading the enemy base and they're not too happy with being here. Decided to put on their sirens. What are you doing? Destroy it, not too clever. I think I know. I know what we'll look at next. And this version was ported by Human. Kind of a soft spot for Human. I think they weren't the worst company. Would have liked to see that prototype fighting game they did, but I guess that is lost for good. Also, yeah, at some point I still hope somebody fixes Grand Striker properly, because I have not got a clue how that background rendering should work for the picture. Yeah, Human. I don't have bad memories of stuff by Human. Although I don't know how their NES output was. You can see my credits lasting far too long on this. Arcade operators would be going, nope, fine, and put it on more difficult, for the place the game is going to make us more money. Quite a slow-paced shooter. If you don't want to be overwhelmed or overloaded, then, yeah, also got a nice little animation on the helicopter there as it rolls from side to side. quite a lot of attention to detail with this one. Oh, this is more aggressive. Yeah, this is... that definitely wants me dead. What the shit? Ooh, yeah. They can even take out my missiles. That's a statement. Nope, that got me. Yeah, there's a bit of a spike though in difficulty. I'm sure if I was expecting it wouldn't have been so bad. Spiky difficulty. Right. Okay, so that was Gyrodine, the arcade version. Yeah. You wondering if Buzzard said it was earlier? Could be. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the game well enough to really say if there are any bugs that might be in one set that aren't in the other to watch out for. I'm not that familiar with it. Let's play a game that doesn't quite run at full speed in MAME, which is Balloon BnB Arcade by Eolith. Yes, not quite full speed right now. Or right now. Oh, there we go. The reason it runs slowly during the fades is because during the fades it has to basically rewrite the complete frame buffer with different coloured pixels, which is quite CPU intensive. So the idle skips don't work during fades. Yes, Balloon on BnB Arcade. It's a Bomberman style game from Eolith. Some frame drops there, but okay. We really need an ARM recompiler in MAME at some point. This game would benefit greatly from it. So let's just credit up. Normal. Let's play as... I don't know. Play as you. But I'm pretty sure everybody knows the general rules of Bomberman. You put bombs down and blow stuff up. It looks like a plug and play game. I think there's a bit too much animation and presentation value for a plug and play game, but I've got something that's confused my directions already. But yeah, I think it looks more like the type of game you got on the more commercial handhelds. I mean, I think the hardware may in some way be inspired by things like the Game Park. Oh yeah, this means I can just go over everything too. You can pop balloons, but yeah, I've got the UFO thing, which means I can actually just fly over blocks. Can't do that in Bomberman. And 1p win. Now, as you notice, I didn't have to go and find the exit, which, I'm quite happy about, because one thing I really don't like in Bomberman is that whole, oh no, you got to go and find the exit thing, which means blowing up every other tile on the map until you find the exit, which is incredibly frustrating. So, yeah. Look, got something to ride on. And now inverted my controls again because, yeah. No. I'm double, but I still won. I lost a life, but Bomberman meets Bubble Bobble. Yeah, there's a bit of that, isn't there? You've just got to pop the enemies afterwards. Also in the... Look, you hide in the trees. Or lose yourself in the trees. I'm not sure. I got bubbled. Or something. No, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, it looks like a Lego land with the brick types. It's actually really annoying when you get hide in the trees though, because you lose where you are very, very quickly. turtle is slow. The turtle is not a power. The turtle is basically a power down. What did I do wrong? Yeah, your current power ups are displayed at the top, so you can see your number of bombs and range. In fact, I can put 2 bombs down at the moment, can't I? Which I may not actually want to do. I can do. But that was stupid. Do I have any more lives left? I apparently do. That's okay. Skates make me faster. Oh, the spaceship thing's always handy. There we go. Don't know what that was, but that was not clever. Pop you. Oh, okay, that just comes in from the side like that, does it? Okay, that's interesting. The road is a river. Continue. Nah, I mean it's a Bomberman clone. I thought I'd just have a quick look at. The earless sound here probably still needs a bit of work. It's what, the QDSP system? Yeah, the QS1000 QDSP thing. Oh look, you've got your initials in the background too. Probably just gets kind of overlooked, this one, because it doesn't run that well in MAME, but the actual gameplay one's okay. It's just sort of when it fades in and out between the screens, it's a bit slow. So as I said, that is when it is actually pushing the ARM CPU, because this doesn't have palette, it writes direct colour values to the frame buffer. So the only way to do a fade is by the game rewriting the whole frame buffer, which, yeah, inefficient. But what can you do? Let's go from 1. Oh, we can't. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's see, I'm not very well prepared. I need to go and find some files. Oh, I hope I can find some files. Maybe I can't find the files. This will be embarrassing, won't it? This could be embarrassing. That might do it. Hold on. Yeah, that. Okay, right, where are we going? Right, I think I've got the file I need. Okay, another Bomberman clone. Here we go. Last Fighting from Subsino. This is still marked as not working. I did demote this a while ago because the timing was so completely wrong, but Caos did improve the timing at some point, so it runs at an okay speed now. There's still no sound emulation in this, but something important did happen, which is that the internal ROM from the 8H8 processor was dumped, and it seems to contain sort of a tiny bit like boot code, almost a sort of a BIOS for some of these Subsino games. And I don't know if that's got anything to do with the sound, or if the sound is completely separate, but at least now, basically this is a complete dump, and at least the main CPU code can run without patches. It could be that there's something else for the sound with an internal ROM. I really don't know. I don't know if people have spent that long trying to get the sound running on these. But yeah, at least all the main CPU ROM is now dumped, including the internal bit, which turned out to be the same across multiple Subsino games, which is why I'm saying it's a bit like a BIOS. Quite Right, there's a fair bit of code in there. Well, you know, it's considering it was just patched out before by not running the ROM and patching some interrupt routines to just return to a different place. It's quite surprising how much code actually is in there. So if it actually does anything interesting, I don't know. Maybe it's just checksuming the ROMs or something. A bunch of the Sub-Suno gamblers clearly also are meant to have some sort of internal code too. The ones that MAME's got set to sort of the Z180 CPU, because they show a message on startup that can't happen because it's not in the external ROMs. So those gamblers probably also need internal ROMs dumping, but they're a different type of CPU. So those are sort of Z180 type processors. But yeah, I imagine those configure the encryption and the like. Because again, to run those, we require a few weird hacks in MAME. We have to manually copy things around and decrypt them, which I'm guessing the internal ROM would be doing. ELF was formed on April the 30th, 1996, and shut down on the November the 6th, 2008. So it lasted a good 12 years. Re-established as Neolith on May the 16th, 2008. What? They shut down before they reopened before they shut down? I'm a bit confused by your timeline there. You're saying they re-established as Neolith in May, but they only shut down in November. There's the exit when I need it. Thank you. I'm just going to stun laser it. Ooh, winner, 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 winner. Oh, 2006 is when they shut down. Right. So they lasted about 10 years in the first place. I guess a fair bit of that may have been from working with SNK, which did put their name on the map for a lot of people, for better or worse. I mean, I know KOF 2001 isn't everybody's favourite, but until then, nobody had. Why do we have walking toilets? I mean, with faces too. I guess it's Bomberman. We can't really question. Walking dustbins and walking toilets. Also, some of the sprites on this, like those explosions, really look like they're made for a different aspect ratio, but then the bombs are clearly round at 4:3. Yeah, this feels more like a plug and play game. Although the high resolution art is unusual. Again, it's Sub-Suno with more of a gambling background. I don't know what we're doing. There we go. Now I need to find the exit. So this is one of those Bomberman games where you do need to find the exit, which I don't know, feels tedious. But I suppose that is just the formula. Oh, there's the exit. Okay. As long as you find it quickly, it's not too bad. Alright. Oh, I went too quickly. As you can see, this does run at a more playable speed now. I mean, it's the blitter delay that was implemented. So the time it takes for copying sprites onto the screen or into the frame buffer, I think was approximated based on the size of the sprite, which seems to result in the game running at a more reasonable speed than before. Yeah, let's work with Taito too on Chaos Breaker. I wasn't aware of that one. But yeah, it seems like they had some good contacts, which must have helped. Yeah, right. Aussie guy mentioned that this had been dumped recently. Let's see if I even have it. Okay, it's in my build, but I do not have the ROMs. Okay. It's not been merged yet. So, okay. Let me just check. Let me just check somewhere. Hold on. I do not have the files needed to run this. HB MAME Sooners. There we go. HB MAME Sooners. Okay. Hopefully this is what I need. Has that done the trick? Okay, I think it has. Right, okay, so sorry about the delay. Right, okay, Aussie guy mentioned that AU. Is AU Australia? No, I don't think it's gold in this case, isn't it? It's not Australia. It's not Aussie guy's game. But yeah, this one, Tekken's AU. Which apparently was a game that people knew in Italy. There's a thing on tilt.it about how this game, I think, was seen in Verona and Firenze back in the day quite frequently. So it's one of those that probably saw a limited release in Europe at best. Yeah, well, there was just a submission, and it seems HB MAME has added it, and the submission has not been merged yet. But I don't know. What do we do? I'm assuming it's missing the latest MAME as a result, because I think the code freezes as going on. So yeah, if you remember, you pick it, you shoot other stuff. Move. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. Okay. What's the mode thing? Can I do this infinitely? I get points just by doing this. Ooh, okay, that's is that my stop messing around enemy? Okay, I can get him from far away. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, this is in HB MAME at the moment, not MAME. Yeah, you can pick enemies up from really far away. Not that one. Pick enemies up from really far away. What's that? Okay. Shoot it normally. Okay. Ooh, big thing. That was smart bomb. What? Oh, big thing again. Okay. Oh shoot, that makes it bigger, what? Not this time? I don't really know. I do not fully understand the mechanics of this game. So, in the ROMs for AU, there was an angry message that translates to, "Are you stupid, Buka?" So the staff, So there's an angry message to Ryuichi Buka Nishizawa. It reads, "Are you stupid, Buka?" So, what was their role? I'm a bit confused by the message. And hey, Mr. Fungi, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, I'm lacking context for that Aussie guy. Okay. This game doesn't make much sense. I'm shooting the bases. So if I do that, oh, that appears, and I can smart bomb them. Okay. But yeah, this is one of those interesting ones where it does seem like people in Europe played it and remember it. There are entries about it, say, on sites from Europe, especially Italy. But outside of that, it's I guess it wasn't widely distributed in Japan, at least. No, this was recently dumped and for now can be played in HB MAME. Okay, I think I have to hit the middle. Oh, where's the sound gone? Oh, there's no sound when that's on screen, maybe. It does the dig dug thing at the end of there as well, doesn't it? Where it just takes away. It's also a four-way movement. You can't move diagonally in this, which is really weird and awkward. So I guess kind of makes sense. Yeah, should not just that. Which. And it's not. Again, it's not quite bomb jack. I don't understand these bigger targets that sometimes appear. Just that one got super big to explode. What? Nishizawa worked on Swimmer at Tekken and left to join up with UPL. One of the founders of West One. Okay, so he just worked on Swimmer and not this one. I mean, I'm not sure. Was he stupid then? I mean, Tekken went on to be Techno, whereas UPL maybe less fondly remembered. There's a black thing jumping after me now. What's the other one? One was quicker. Yeah, I think this is the "you are taking too long." Hurry up. Enemy patterns. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. I think I completed the level and died. Oh, and apparently that is completing the level and dying. Just means you die. Reminds you of Motos. I think Motos is the better game. It's just... this is just too simple, and also doesn't really make much sense. You know, I don't understand the logic behind these bigger enemies appearing and sometimes getting bigger and sometimes not getting bigger. The staff felt betrayed. I guess if somebody is part of your team just leave, you can feel like that. Spin was a decent game though. But, yeah, I don't know about this one. Let's see why it's probably only really limited to some arcades in Italy. A bit like the story of the vampire from a couple of months ago. It's like, yeah, you can see why the game didn't see much distribution. And nobody's really that excited by it. Also, kind of terrible name. But yeah, this what year is this meant to have been released in? Don't know. It's not really doing much. That, I want to say pre-rendered graphics look, but it's just sort of have that look to it. It's not the most attractive look. 2 years before Motos. But Motos is just a more interesting game with unique game mechanics and power-ups. This is shoot stuff and not much more. Shoot stuff. I guess I said Xevious. It's got that whole air target, ground target thing, hasn't it, as well? I think this may have been somewhat influenced by Xevious or Xevious or whatever you want to call it. But, yeah. So I reckon there's good reason only people in Italy seem to remember that one. Let's have a look at new GameKing 3 dump. You know, you always love these ones. So this is one of those games that is set in the future, far, far distant future of 2030. Well, I'm assuming that's why it's called 2030. So be prepared for low resolution, low frame rate nonsense. Now this one I have Oil 6 and Bomb 3. Oil's in the corner, which is 6. I think that's your health. Lives, or something like that. If you hit things it goes down, but not always by 1. Hit things in front, it goes down by 2 or 3 or... yeah, it's different kind. Yeah, like most of the GameKing 3 games, the frame rate's a little ropey. Oh dear. And just like that, I'm dead. I'm going to make the window I'm playing this in a bit smaller. Might be easier. Yeah, AU refers to gold. I figured it did, based on the gold colour of the title screen, rather than it being Australia. Yeah, it's not great. I don't know what the hell did. Maybe light? Yeah, I think it gave me extra life. Oh, okay. And again, just like that. Our energy goes from full to 0 in one hit. Low res 1943. Yeah, kinda. Very difficult to play. So the GameKing 3 is just one of those devices you would definitely call a bit of a failure. It did not have the software like with the original GameKing, unless you count compatibility mode, which you probably shouldn't. I've upgraded my shot, interesting. We'll drop the shot at me. Let's take these out of the bomb. 1942 made in that move. Possibly. I mean, a considerable enough effort was put into most of these GameKing 3 titles. I don't want to, say that the developers didn't try. They just didn't always do the best job. Ooh, I don't want to be in the way there. Or that. I'm assuming this is taking damage. I can't see it taking damage, but it's not much else can do it, isn't it? There we go. I get to stage 2. Yeah, this was right before the DS. But different markets, I guess. This was targeting the low end of the market, whereas the DS and things were considerably more expensive. I continue. Does it start me on level 2? I bet it does. I can. No, I don't even know how to select continue. Oh well, let's not try again. Yes, you can lose your health very, very quickly in this. You should just collide with enemies. There's no infinite vulnerability to a period. If you're losing energy, you will continue to lose energy. But, anyway. Where should we go now? What should we have a look at? Shall we play a bit of everybody's favourite Bongo again? We need the other view though. We're on the wrong view here. There we go. Let's just play a bit of Bongo because, why not? GBA is better, yes it is. Let's play our walk along. Walk along, jump along, collect along. I missed the collectible. I still missed the collectible. There you go. So yes, this is BBH's favourite. And there we go, you get a bonus, which I believe means we skip the screen. Yeah, only that screen though. Oh dear. Yes, a platform on Galaxian hardware. This is probably a bootleg. The original, it's on similar hardware, but this is probably a bootleg set with a different sound and rather ugly colours. You're being chased by a dinosaur. If you could just see there. I'm doing better than I usually do at this. And that's not saying much, but Oh dear. And that's probably done it for me. The thing with Bongo is it's undeniably kind of bad, but still fun. I had a C64 port on the, was it named Quarry or something like that. We've got this horrible... The reverse scroll is affecting our score point thing there too. Oh dear. Yeah, and then you've got this annoying moving platform bit, which is a bit of a pain. And I think that's what we've lost all our lives. Oh wow. I can't go down to my name. Yeah. This version has discrete sound. We can have a look at the other set. Briefly. Yeah, this has got the AY instead. So yeah, it sounds considerably different. Yes, despite how similar the hardware is, this version looks and sounds an awful lot better. Yeah, a lot of these conversions just end up using the problems which are already on the board, whatever they happen to be, so sometimes they were left over from other games. Operators installing this kind of bootleg kit typically did not care. There we go, we're going to skip screen. Oh dear. And I'm doing very well in this version. Ahem. Didn't die there. So, any games anybody would like to see? That was terrible. The very sticky high score screen, as we said, it requires long key presses to do anything. Or button presses. Which is strange because the rest of the game the controls are incredibly fluid. I mean, if you replace the main character with a frog, I guess it would be a bit like Side-on Frogger. But it's definitely Bongo, not Frogger. It could be a conversion from a Frogger bootleg or something like that, yeah. A conversion of a conversion. You never really know. We say Galaxian conversion because it's a Galaxian board without any of the extra features like the sound hardware from the Konami boards or Scramble and the like. But yeah, the problem is it's very difficult to know so far after the fact. Play a bit of Future Spy. We've not got the samples. Oh, we have. There we go. Yeah, we have some samples. Okay, don't fly straight into helicopters. It's yeah, it's a bit like Zaxxon, but at the high control. Also, controls actually quite badly. Your maneuverability in this game is nowhere near as good as you think it should be. I tried playing this before, and now I don't play this anymore. You can't pump helicopters either, don't. Let's try again. If I had to guess, I would say this came out before Zaxxon, but it didn't. Okay. Yeah, you can't move backwards on the screen very far. It's like, this is as far back as you can go, which makes manoeuvrability really bad. Look, wait. Do I get fuel from these? Do I have fuel? No, not scrambled. This. Go. Okay, shall we give it another try? Future spy. I'm going to blow up what it tells me to blow up in the fleet. My mission instruction, which I'm ignoring. What? Big target. Also, your controls don't act like you'd expect an isometric game. Left and right are literally just left and right. So you do need to use your diagonals to move diagonally. Which again, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but if you're used to playing it like an isometric game, it doesn't. On that. Yeah, it feels more like a prototype that came out after. I guess they just wanted to make it a bit easier to play, but it doesn't really come across as easier to play. It comes across as kind of awkward. I guess this is night time. They got lost in the cloud. Yeah, controls on this are a bit awkward, aren't they, as it goes? But in-house by Sega. Maybe they just had an excessive number of Zaxxon boards they couldn't shift, so needed a new game to run in it. I'm not sure. Not really my favourite, though. No. Right, I don't think Bob uses Twitch, but Bob did mention to me last time that there was a Coleco expansion that was emulated that I maybe had to take a little look at. Hold on, I don't know where. Right, so let me just open up my files. Right, yes, okay, so one thing that was emulated fairly recently was the Super Game module. From it's an unofficial add-on for the ColecoVision, which I think adds a bunch of extra stuff like RAM and the likes. And MAME now emulates it, so the games that require it can run. Some of these are MSX conversions of our original homebrew games. So I just want to take a look at some of those. I don't know which is which. Let's see what the Coleco can do with add-on device. But Asteroids, everybody knows Asteroids. It seems like, so far, a pretty good version of Asteroids. Back to that, so if anybody knows exactly what the Super Game module adds, do let me know. I've not really fully researched it. But see what we get out of it in MAME. Yeah, it's rather nice port of Asteroids. Semi-recent, I think. There we go. That's a level curve. A little bit flickery. I saw something. Don't know if we've got a hyperspace button. Oh, well, apparently we do. Yeah, apparently I think it's down as hyperspace. Typically hyperspace can get you killed. So yeah, that's the Asteroids port. Apparently that's from 2022 actually, so yeah, that is quite recent. It's a couple of years ago. So we'll give this another try. Yeah, P1 option is hyperspace, or you can hyperspace, shield, or flip. There you go. So you can use a different thing. You can turn colour off, or play it in black and white. Yeah, why not? Let's play it in black and white. So yeah, down is now shield. I think shield is slightly more useful than the hyperspace button, but yeah. If you don't press it though. Not if you don't press it. OBS is reporting 0 drop frames, but Twitch is saying my connection is unstable. I'm not sure what that's all about. Yes, there's a whole load of games in the software list that are listed with the players, the super game modules, so we will have a look at a few of them. Let's see where that takes us. Forgive me occasionally, that's all. Oh dear. So yeah, as Aussie Guy says, a pretty neat port of Asteroids actually. I think it might be an original port, but don't quote me on that. Going to continue down that list, so I'm going to search the super. I'm going to look in this list for things that require the super game module. So let's go to the next one. In fact, we could just go through a few of these, couldn't we? This one's called Booming Boy. There's going to be another bomb. This looks almost more port-like, but was a Pac-Man collection for the system. I'm not overly familiar with it, so I might have to look into that, Aussie guy. So, yeah, it's fair enough. Is this an original game, or is this a port of some MSX release? Obviously it's rethemed. Oh, okay, do I find the exit? No, I don't. Good. I'm trying to find the exit. Tell I'm not very good at bombing. I guess I can do 2 bombs now. Yeah. Stand up. I've got remote detonation. Okay, let's see. That's like super right-handed. Not when you do that. It looks like an MSX game. It does. I mean, I guess the hardware is kind of similar, and one of the things we did get with this expansion is more MSX games on the platform. This is published by Team Pixelworthy, so I don't think it's an adaptation of an MSX game or an original, but we'll give it a little shot. It seems like a competent version of Bomberman. More competent than my playing of Bomberman. Maybe I should look for powers first. more bombs. The enemy seems to be on a set path. Down here. It's not just going to be a massive. Yeah, that kills most of them. Good job. There we go. They kind of queued him up to it as well, haven't they? I'm assuming the square the explosion originates from is not safe. I'm trying to get too close before I put the bombs down. That's not. Did it again. And that's game over. So yeah, okay. Booming Boy, Bomberman game. Shall we keep going down the list and see what we can find? Buck Rogers Super Game. I think that is just an updated version of another game. Chaos Begins. That's Chaos Begins by Hikari Games 2015. What's a Donkey Kong and Dig Dug? I may have to have a look at those two. So, over here. Okay. My attack was pretty weak. Kind of Wonder Boy-like, isn't it? Okay. I attack one line, as I say whenever I kill anything. Okay. No, I do have more lines. It's just the vase. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Move out the way. Not like that. Okay, I guess that was good. Can I get over there? Or can I get it there? No, I can't get it there yet. Okay. So I guess there's a bit of exploring to be done on this one, before you can get anywhere. There aren't always ladders where you come up. I've noticed that so far. It means you can't always go straight back down the way you came. Okay. Is that game over? Yeah, I think that's game over. Okay, so some some sort of explore, collect things. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of a Metroidvania where you gain new powers, or maybe it's just find everything in the maze. It's got a bit of a story to it, but maybe I should have left this and read it. But yeah, it seems pretty good. Never played it before. I don't know much about the Coleco, nor this super game module. But I think Bob, who did a lot of the NES work a few years ago and was often on the channel, mentioned it on the previous stream, so I thought, oh, I'll take a little look at it. And yeah, it seems quite interesting. There's a bunch more. Caverns of Titan, Children of the Night, Cold Blood, Danger Tower, Dragon's Lair, Galaga, Gauntlet, Ghostbusters. I think some of these will just be ports, won't they? Jetpack, King and Balloon, King's Valley. Oh, King's Valley. We played a bit of King's Valley. There's a Nightlaw. Yeah, Nightmare, Kung Fu Master. Mappy, Operation Wolf. Okay. Cubigs. Is that just going to be Cupid? Rally X. Shmup. Just a game called Shmup. Yeah, there's a lot of these, actually. I may have to do an entire stream of these at some point. Super Pac-Man. I don't see just Pac-Man yet. Zaxxons. Oh yeah, Pac-Man Collection. Pac-Man Collection does not require the extra module, but is listed in here. I mean, we can have a quick look at it. It doesn't say it requires a super game module. I'll leave it plugged in anyway. The arcade quality video game system. So we'll see what this Pac-Man Collection is anyway. So Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, or options. So what's this going to be like? Okay. Yeah, it definitely looks a bit like Pac-Man. Oh, those are some shimmery ghosts. So how do we insert a coin? And that'll do. Oh yeah, feels like a lot of the home ports of Pac-Man. So I don't know if this is an original port or just a reworked version of one of the ones from back in the day. I don't think this is a super game module thing, because it doesn't list it is required in the software list. It was mentioned, so look at it. Maybe it's about time I did another stream full of Pac-Man clones and ports again. Yeah, it's a very nice port of Pac-Man, so I don't know if it's one of the original ones. It's clearly got the whole slowing down when you pick up the dots, which is one thing that people have realised in more recent years Pac-Man needs, and the cornering seems to have. Maybe flip around the corner like sort of glide around the corners. So it seems like it's one that's been done with knowledge of how the game should work. With those changing direction then when their times expire. So yeah, I think the mechanics are all in place. Oh, that wasn't really clever, was it? Bit flickery, but on a CRT you wouldn't really notice. Pac-Man does sometimes overlap the maze slightly, but again I think that's trying to fit the full resolution sprites into a reduced size maze. Seems intact, yeah. Got Miss Pac-Man in this too, so not very clever. So yeah, okay. Ooh, so options, version USA, you can select the Japan version too, that's nice, Ghost name and whatever. But yeah, it's got all the options from the arcade. And I'm assuming the Miss Pac-Man port is going to be just as good. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Yeah, predates the module. I wonder if they could improve it with the module, so I don't really know what the module adds, personally. But still, it's a very respectable port. Not too clever. There we go. So, yeah. Nice. So, yep, fruit comes and bounces in like on Miss Pac-Man. So again, I'm going to guess that this is rather faithful. It does seem to skip a few frames when this is all going on, which, yeah, maybe understandable. Pushing the hardware a little too hard. Did I do it? Yep. Yep, good cutscene. And you've got your different mazes, good. But yeah, I think everything from this Pac-Man's going to be intact here. Not played this before, but yeah. No. Pac-Man Plus is there too. Ah, I don't like Pac-Man Plus, but maybe we'll briefly show it. Take some base. So we're going to drop back to this. Okay, I'm just going to have three then. So type 7587. So, or on Pac-Man title screen. Or this title screen. There's nothing on here. Unless it's just not mapped properly. Yeah, 7587 isn't doing it. Yeah, okay, type 7. Is that right? No, this isn't plus, is it? 7587. No, just give me that. Not sure what I'm doing wrong, Godzilla. I can't get it to do Pac-Man Plus. But never mind. Never mind. But yeah, I think we should have a look at some of these maybe in a dedicated stream at another point, because there do seem to be some interesting looking Coleco homebrews in there that are probably worth spending a bit more time looking at if those ones have anything to go by, because the quality seems to be quite high, which is always good to see. Anyway, Anyway, where are we going now? Anybody got any arcade game suggestions before I just plow on and look things up for myself? I'm not sure where I want to go. Anybody? No? Okay. Right, let me have a look up some games and see what I want to play then, because, yeah. Not super prepared here. Maybe I should have left something on so it doesn't look so dull while I'm doing this. Oh, on controller 2. Right, that's why I don't have controller 2 mapped, Aussie guy. Let's just play a random Neo Geo game. Let's play Overtop, one of the racing games. Unfortunately, one of the racing games where it's all about learning the course and where the shortcuts are, but it'll pass a bit of time with it. ADK. With a pre-rendered intro. I bet half the ROM capacity is this intro. They tried. Yeah, let's just coin it and play it. Because these choices make so much sense. Very easy, but yeah, this one does feel a little bit dated. Obviously, they wanted to create their own sort of World Rally style game. Great 1,000-mile rally style game, but it comes across more like some sort of shareware Amiga sort of PD game than an expensive Neo Geo title. Hey Dolly, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. How's your day been? Okay. Okay, as you know, can be expected. Oh, there's a fence there. Oh, can my crazy purple car not beat a fence? Probably not. So I've been down with COVID all week, which has been fun, and I can't really go anywhere at the moment because I don't want to make anybody else ill. So I figured it was time to just do a little stream. Yeah. No, I don't like this game. The other games like this, you can sort of slide around the corners. This one, you just grip to the road, which I'm not feeling natural. This kind of racing game. Also, these sections auto drive. Yeah, it's similar to Drift Out, except it doesn't play as well. I mean, does it play better than Drift Out 94? Maybe not. It just, yeah, it generally doesn't play very well. And you do have to know where all the shortcuts are, because that's the only way to really beat it. Otherwise, you see, there we go. Can you even reverse? I don't know. Anyway, there is a shortcut here. Look. Off the map, right through the water, which I don't know if it's even a very shortcut because it's very slow. But, you know, if you ever fancy, you know, just bypassing the beach and going, yeah, let's just drive through the ocean or whatever it is. Tired from North Wales. Okay. Is North Wales this wet? Yeah, this does not feel like a shortcut. I did say shortcut, but I think that might have been a long cut, because I can't imagine driving along the actual road would have taken more time than that. I was making my own rainbows earlier, as I posted on them. I feel like my credit should be over already based on the complete lack of skill I've demonstrated in playing this game so far. But somehow I still have seconds on the clock. Okay. Yeah, this, I think there was another shortcut there I didn't bother to go for, because all I'm doing is really looking at the map and following the map. Oh look, we're running out of time. Yeah, not ADK's strongest game, this one. That was a record, apparently. I went for a pee outside. Hey Taz, welcome, welcome, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Oh look, I've got even more time again. Yeah, the view isn't zoomed out enough to know where the shortcuts are going to be. I think there's one there. Unless you played it before. You've got a tiny little bike. I don't know, I feel a bit bad ramming that bike. Yeah, there's a shortcut around the corner there. That's... What? Why suddenly speed up? Turbo? I don't even know. I've only got 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. Oh, and I didn't quite make it to the checkpoint. So, that's a relief. But yeah, that was most of the course, and I didn't even play it well. Yeah, we're talking weaker Neo Geo games. I think this one is one of them. It is a tad warm here too. I'm in shorts, which is not a very me thing to be in. Overtop, that was Overtop. Let's have a look at... Oh, not even fully configured on this one. Okay, I thought this was more configured already. Okay, push my service button. Game assignments. Easy. And advertise sound off and country export. So, video options, screen note. Standard. There we go. So, Cool Riders. Now, had I not turned the attract sound off, this would be screaming out Born to be Wild at you right now. But the problem is, because it's a 2-screen game, there you go, rainbow. the second screen would be screaming out the whole lot too. So it's quite quiet. Actually, can I do it just that in this? Yeah, I think I can. Volume adjustment. Adjust. No, that's not. Okay, that's not. Yeah, okay, you can't change those actual game volume. Volume adjust is not the sound. Okay. Yeah, it's going to just be quiet. Unless I make this a bit louder here. There we go, now it's less quiet. So who am I going to be? I'm going to be... I've got to be... I've got to be Grandad, haven't I? Now, I've not given myself all the time in the world with this one because the next two easy. More rainbows. There we go. You know how to put the rainbows on.
You made it.
So yeah, this is basically Outrunners, but on a bike. And with everything just completely over the top and utterly ridiculous. I tell you, everybody likes over the top ridiculous arcade games. And Outrunners being one of the sequels to Outrun, so yeah, there's last time I went to Cleethorpes, it was a really beaten up version of one of these. on location in one of the arcades, if anybody was curious. And I was talking to Hammy the other day, and I think they said that they're going to lend theirs to one of the arcade club locations. Don't know which one, probably everyone if I had to guess, but don't know. But yeah, strangely this is one of those games you do still see around, even if it's one of Sega's most obscure. But yeah, we're in Detroit, so obviously we've got a bunch of car factories. And baseballs. Basketballs. And everything you associate with these cities and places. We go to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, Grandpa bike. Grandpa bike going at 290 kilometers per hour because Grandpa can pedal. But yeah, tunnel effects are a bit loud, so meant to be some reverb that just tends to make it really loud in the tunnel. Ow. Crashed. Are you going to make it? Probably not. Yep, just some random skeleton running along. I didn't make it. I didn't put it on easy enough. Yeah, the hardware is really weird with strange decompression. It took a lot of work to figure this one out, and even then, it doesn't quite work properly for the coin pusher video. It's weird display lists that the command format isn't fully understood. It's sort of this a level of HLE at the moment with it. I could have put it on easy and completed the game, but no, let's just pick another rider and at least do one more track. So, want Big Boss, or want that one Grandpa again. David and Charlie, that'll do.
I'll cool it.
You're on motorcycle number 5. Ready?
But yeah, the oh yeah, I keep forgetting the keys. You can change the sound. With the radio stations. Let's go with the Niagara Falls first this time.
You made it.
Don't you know how to drive?
Another rainbow. It's the same rainbow. It's a very strange game. It feels like
Don't you know how to drive?
it was sort of just something they did for fun, and then they just released it anyway because they had nothing else with the hardware. But or it just ended up in development hell. It's a weird one. I don't know. You know, people do enjoy it. It's just a shame that the hardware, while in some ways more capable, was... I mean, it doesn't put out the same frame rate. This is half frame rate of Outrunners, and you really notice it at times. It just feels a little less responsive, a little more laggy. 30 FPS versus 60 does actually make quite a big difference on some games. So yes, yeah, the weird mix of digitized graphics, everything being over the top. I mean, it's a fun game, but it could have been better maybe. There's Santa. Let's go to England. Never a good idea, but let's do it anyway.
You made it.
But we've got a bit of smog everywhere. I mean, yeah, that's about right.
Cool.
So, this is what England looks like, mostly countryside. And, yeah.
Hurry up!
And we've run out of time. So we're getting newspapers and things thrown at us. Hey, Red Hot Mackay. Yes, Outrunners with bikes, basically. I'm sure it's using the same code underneath the hood, just with a ridiculous new coat of paint. In fact, you know, Cool Rider of Bikes, where it used to say Outrunners of Yeah, it's Outrunners, isn't it? But with bikes, and it's kind of fun on quirky hardware, which was one of the most interesting things I've worked on the emulation of, and yeah, probably one that needs revisiting at some point because yeah, there are still unknowns, but it is a playable game, and so one you can still find on location somewhere, but usually with quite beat up monitors. So having it playable in MAME is handy. Right, shall we go full on weird game now? So, SWAT by Corland and Sega. Corland made Pengo for Sega. Maybe you'll be able to tell from this game. Yeah, there's another Aqua stage, which is a coin pusher type thing. So, okay, don't shoot the robot because it just comes and kills you. But yes, yeah, don't get too close to things. So, you push blocks around like Bongo, except the idea is not just to push blocks around; it's to stop the top and bottom things joining up. SWAT's working title is Tri-Bomb. I mean, both are pretty terrible titles. But then again, the game makes absolutely no sense. And yeah, you've only got 4 directional movement, which means you slide around in tiles, really. It controls a lot worse than it looks. I have done better at it before. Yeah, you can only move up and down on the set columns. So if you're not quite in line with the column and you press up or down, you'll go to the nearest column before you move, which is really, really awkward. Oh, I didn't really want to do that. We've wasted a bomb. Now you're pushing pieces like Tetris block. Tomboy looks like a Tri-Boy looks like a sequel to Pengo. I mean, yeah, I think this is the problem. I think this is what Corland were doing. It's like they must have realised that Pengo was super successful and then go, what can we do? Oh, we can do block pushing like Pengo, but mix it up a little bit. So you get, well, you get this, and it's almost like Missile Command meets Pengo, in a very weird way. I mean, I don't know how fully formed the game idea was before they committed to making this. Yeah, don't shoot the... Yes, you can do that, and I don't know, I think I blew the potion at the same time. Look, the blocks have got numbers on. Well, it looks like numbers, but they're not numbers, it just looks like numbers. So they're not dice. They are sort of semi-transparent. Yeah, the robot's in there and I shot the robot. So how different was it? Did it actually look visually more like Pengo with the snow and everything else? Because this is very futuristic. There we go, I think I've actually cleared a level. Nope. Yeah, Pengo is by Corland. Corland did quite a few things at other companies, some good, some bad. They did that tank game, Cyber Tank, and that was kind of awful. So, Pengo is probably their most successful. Ah, yeah, you did, didn't you? I said sometimes I can't remember these things. It's too easy to die in this because you get close to the blocks and then things in the block, you end up moving into the blocks. Again, this is in part because of the way the controls work. You end up moving around. You say you can't move vertical except on tile boundaries. So sometimes you press up or down to move out the way of something, and you end up moving left or right into something. Yeah. There's some interesting ideas here, but the execution leaves a lot to be desired. We'll persevere. I kind of like the space theme and these sort of translucent tiles. Oh yeah, and just don't destroy the one with the robot in. So, but yeah, the movement is what lets this down more than anything. I think I can see why they did it, so that you're aligned with the tiles so you can push them. But it doesn't feel good. It feels more like one of those games that is an unreleased prototype. But I think it was released. I've not read anything about this being a prototype. I mean, Aussie guys talking about the actual prototype version, Fry Bomb. I'm guessing we'll never see. This game itself is obscure enough, but I don't think we can realistically expect to see a prototype. Yeah, you can push up like that, which is maybe a handy technique. Oh dear. I think something got to the top, because, yeah, it does that sort of red alert thing, and you get missiles value. But yeah, they're going all the way to the top really quickly now. They're only green now. What that means. When you get behind things and shoot them like that, that might be a useful technique, I'm not sure. I think you can't blow that layer up, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think it, yeah, apparently you can't destroy that layer. Okay. I don't understand the rules on what I can and can't destroy fully then. It's slow down here too. Put the robot in, don't just slow down. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Anyway. Weird game. Very weird game. But you know, that's why I picked it. I don't know if I played it on stream before, actually. It's always nice to play weird games you've not played before on stream, though. Shame the arcade database thing seems to be running super slow the last few days. I kind of use that to search for things at times. It's not performing. Yeah, maybe Sega didn't like the original concept they presented enough and didn't want to ruin Pengo's name with it if it was kind of that rough. But yeah, anybody's guess really, isn't it, as to what happened with the game. Where are we going next then? Where are we going indeed? I know what we're going to do. Let's PoPo Bear, copyright 2000 BnB. BMC basically make gambling games. So why BMC at some point in the year 2000 decided to put out PoPo Bear? I do not know. It does not fit with anything else in their lineup of games. Again, it looks like some weird Korean plug and play game or some kind of homebrew thing that might be on the Game Park 32, but here we are. It's an arcade game in the year 2000. Yeah. It's basically Snake. Yes. Yeah, you can see what I mean by this feels like it belongs on a plug and play. Let's just build my panda snake. PoPo Bear does sound like a very dubious name for a game. It feels like a game that is just completely fake. You know, you would have seen this in a magazine maybe and thought, hey, look, it's an April Fool's joke. But no, it's real. We have the, I think the weapon. Use them, nor do I really need to use them this time. There we go. Just do your little dance. And there we go. How do I get it into my name now? I don't know, but I do. Now there's an enemy in the playfield. Oh, and if the enemy touches even your line, yeah, you die. You lose a life. So stay away from enemy. Try to, or maybe use bomb against enemy. I'm not sure. Seems incredibly. Hey, look, it's a Bomberman style explosion, just with a very long delay. And now I don't have any more bombs. So I'm just gonna have to try and get away from this enemy. Got a boomerang there. I hit you with the boomerang. Is that good enough? Just stuns the enemy. Maybe. I don't know. This feels... Yeah, that was a mistake. So yeah, suddenly it gets quite difficult when you get to this level. Because it's not just Snake, it's Snake with an enemy in the playfield. Don't let the super cute visuals confuse you. Oh, come on. Oh, anyway, walking to barrels does still kill you. Right, do I want to play PoPo Bear anymore? Probably not. I mean, it's kind of obscure, and it's not actually terrible. But I don't know if I want to play it anymore. At least not right now. Instead. Let's play Super Bowl 2003. South American developed game that absolutely is not Bubble Symphony or Bubble Memories, anything like that. It is Super Bubble 2003. And the sound emulation is completely broken. I thought the sound emulation worked. Okay, interesting. Sound emulation is not working at all. Okay. Maybe it's regressed at some point. I'm pretty sure this has sound at one point. It's not okay. Well, anyway, we'll just have to play it in silence then. I don't know what happened there. No, I did think this had sound emulation. Maybe it broke. It says imperfect sound, but not no sound. But yeah, we'll just have to play in silence, unfortunately. And somebody will have to tell me if it did have sound or if I'm just misremembering. But I think it did. So I think the sound emulation has decided at some point just to break. Oh no, it's that. It's just very, very quiet, isn't it? It's ridiculously quiet sound emulation. Okay, yeah, that's silly, ridiculously quiet. Yeah, just very, very quiet. Okay. I wonder if this is a case of the wrong bits being used for volume control or something like that. Because yeah, some of the QDSP games are ridiculously quiet and the volume's all over the place, and this one is one of them. So yeah, there is sound, but I can't hear it. So you probably can't hear it. Let me I can bump that up a bit. Maybe now you can hear some sound. We'll just have to remember to bump that back down later. Hey, look, rainbows. Because, you know, it's got to copy everything that's in the official Bubble games. I don't know. Oh yeah, you do have your super bubbles, which are more like that in this. Definitely adds the elements in more quickly than the official games. I guess they just wanted to show you what they've got. It's not trying to be subtle about anything. You know, look, we copied all these things from the, you know, the newer Bubble games. And to be fair, they've not done the worst job in the world. It's not Taito quality, but yeah, they've got plenty in there. What I'm assuming was quite a small South American development team. Did I say South African really earlier? Definitely South American. I can't remember what I said earlier. I get the super icon, and now I'm super. Ooh, all the fast food. That's a nice big ice cream, isn't it? There we go. Bonus game. A Tuckable bonus game. I get to win. Yeah, I win. There we go. They're hammering on the keyboard of a random bonus game in the middle of a game for no apparent reason, but you know. Yes, those alarm clock enemies look more like things you meant to pick up, but rest assured, do not pick them up. Oop. Bonus game again. Didn't we just do this? All the games in this genre, you like Nightmare in the Dark. Nightmare in the Dark is very well done, isn't it? I think it's a lot more difficult. Yeah, it ramped up the difficulty on this bonus game quite quickly. Yeah, it doesn't want me to win a bonus game again. Nightmare in the Dark's good. I mean, it borrows quite heavily from Snow Brothers, and it's very short. But yeah, it was a Halloween themed one. It's a good one. But yes, that is one of the most surprising things about Nightmare in the Dark, is just how short it is. It's kind of over before it's begun. I mean, I guess if you don't like your games outstaying their welcome, that's fine. But if you're expecting a few more levels, it's maybe not the game for you. Yeah, Bubble Memories, and you're not the biggest fan of Bubble Memories. Yeah, I think we discussed last time on stream, Bubble Memories is kind of ugly. But yeah, this is clearly going for a lot of that. I mean, look, we've even got water. I mean, it doesn't control like you're underwater. It doesn't have that side of Bubble Memories, but visually it's very heavily influenced by those F3 games. You've got your jumping on. If you've got your jumping on bubbles mechanics, it helps if you don't just jump to your death. All the mushroom backgrounds are quite nice. And the backgrounds here are definitely nicer than Bubble Symphony. Bubble Memories even. I'll give it that. Yeah, it's competent. Ultra Balloon. Yeah, there was a talk of Ultra Balloon in the Discord earlier, actually. Maybe we should put Ultra Balloon on. So yeah, I should probably play a bit of Ultra Balloon. The Ultra Balloon board found recently shows a 1998 copyright date, and we're not sure if it's a hack or if it's actually a legitimate new revision. The underwater mechanic in Bubble Memories does feel a bit off. I mean, you can kind of see what they're going for. It's almost a New Zealand story reference, I think, because you've got the underwater bits there where you control differently, but it does feel kind of weird, doesn't it? So yeah, that's Super Bubble 2003. Which I think it's a respectable enough effort. I mean, it's not pretending to be anything other than a take on the modern bubble games, but it's an original game. It's run on Hyperstone hardware. It's not just a hack of anything. So you know, credit to the devs. They did a pretty good job. But yeah, it's kind of super obscure. Yeah, we can have a look at a bit sooner. Have a look comes up Ultra Balloon. So yes, there we go. Distributor Unico. Yes, Ultra Balloon. Sooner certainly like their babies, didn't they? We've got the pretty much the Hardhead 2 baby. Is it the Hardhead baby? But yeah. Is this part of the Hardhead universe? Hey Dennis. Yeah. I mean, it's a 2003 game, yeah. By that time the industry had moved on. But I think they've done some decent sprite work in it. But, I mean, there were still Neo Geo games coming out about then, which were 2D. It was sort of, I think, that area where the arcades were sort of trying to just find their feet again. And failing because the home systems had completely changed expectations at that point. And oh yeah, I forgot the dynamite kills us. What great game design. So yes, Ultra Balloon. Again, it really wants to be Bubble Bubble. Yeah, I mean, that's the Korean industry did put out quite a lot of games later than you think, and I think Lamenko were a Korean publisher. Even the game was, say, made in South America, I believe, but published by a Korean publisher. You did see that. I mean, even if you look at the Korean companies in general, the stuff they were releasing in the 90s was a bit behind the curve, and so it's kind of natural that the stuff they were releasing in the early 2000s was too. they managed to survive doing that for quite a bit longer than, say, the European developers, where we looked at TCH the other day and how, you know, from the PlayStation era, their business was really declining. But Korea did hold on for a while longer, and some of the developers in countries such as, you know, the South American countries obviously still wanted to be able to sell their games, and some of those Korean publishers put them out. Yeah, this is a goofy looking clone which controls slightly weirdly. Has some unusual game mechanic choices in terms of the power-ups. But you're very floaty jumps on this one too. Yeah, and you can tell this is not quite as bubble bobble as bubble bobble. I mean, it's obviously still got all your bubble mechanics. But it's also got that really annoying dynamite mechanic. Just, yeah, everybody wants power-ups that eventually blow up and kill you. Yeah, it's Sooner like to use their classical music and put that in games. Yeah, a little bit Snow Brothers. Say some of those power-up things, and those enemies especially, they're very Snow Brothers enemies, aren't they? We've definitely got Bubble influence level designs with the big solid shapes. I mean, it's not terrible. Soon will definitely put out far worse games than an Ultra Balloon. Yeah. I mean, there did come a point where it just wasn't really affordable to develop more expensive arcade games for arcades when arcades were on the decline. And you still had a lot of devs that wanted to do that kind of work. So they found a market. I mean, if you look at arcade games today, they're kind of behind the curve. So you look at your Raw Thrill stuff, and while yeah, it's new 3D games, they're not really comparable to what you get on a PlayStation these days. They do feel like games from a good 15-20 years ago, even though the modern arcades. Same with the IGS ones. You see IGS games everywhere, and they're all kind of dated looking. You know, maybe PS3 era 3D at best, but kind of basic models, basic animation. There's just not the money in the industry, apart from when it's gambling. And even then, if you're making a gambling game, you don't need to go super high budget. Ticket game or the like. Where are we going to go next? Let's go shoot 'em up time. We've done Ultra Balloon. Let's stick with Ultra and go Ultra X Weapons. Bam presto. Ooh, weird wavy effect. That just takes its time to display the title screen. So, yeah. Look, it's an Ultraman shoot 'em up. We're gonna go. Let's go to China. So yeah, lots of ugly pre-rendered graphics on a game engine that basically seems to be the Twin Eagle 2 game engine, or at least the underlying code, which with an entirely different shoot 'em up base built on it. If you look at the startup screens, they're very much Twin Eagle 2, and it does seem to be, in some ways, that is a base. Except obviously it plays nothing like Twin Eagle 2. It's kind of rough, like a lot of licensed games. Look at that priority there. Perfect sense. A big bull creature. Don't know what it is. It's just, this is just everything thrown into the mixing pot again, isn't it? Oh look, I've got a parrot though. Yes. Hello, Ultraman character. Blow everything up for me, thank you. We hope I to put down first off. Yes. I think it's just a case of throwing all the assets you gave us into a shooter with ridiculously over-top explosions, but not as over-top as Twin Eagle 2, and with no reason or rhyme to pretty much anything that goes on in the game. But yeah, and collision boxes that aren't as small as you'd hope they would be. Breakfast? This. The second one doesn't seem to do anything, though I don't know what the second one does. I'm just thinking if... I know there's another PR at the moment that's open for a game called Revelations, which is a Laserdisc quiz game. It doesn't look like I've got the files. But I don't remember downloading the files, so I don't think I've got the files. So I can't look at that one, although, yeah, you did hear me right. It's a Laserdisc-based quiz game where they use a Laserdisc to store loads of still images of photographs, and they seek to them, and then, yeah, it's stupid. It's as stupid as it sounds. But I can't show you that one today because I don't have the files. Look, wavy line scroll effect in the background again. Anyway. Recycle enemies already. Yeah, I'll probably end the stream after this game because I'm not feeling quite... I'm feeling better. But trying to ease myself back into anything really, because say it's been pretty much wiped out for a week. Not much fun. Very mixed graphical styles here too. Look, pre-rendered. I guess it's all sort of a pre-rendered mess, but some of it does look more like normal sprite work. Yeah, it's not the most cohesive game in the world. Oh, the second one does do something. It throws out these bombs which don't make a sound. Okay, I get it. I see. Throws the mine thing in the direction you're moving. I didn't notice that before, so now I know what the second button does. I probably can't take advantage of it. Before the setup with Banfesto has to work with a Luma and Moss. Yeah, those Gundam games are a little bit rough too. So, oh, so that bomb's quite powerful actually if you use it properly. Yeah, it's basically a one-shot of the enemies, so I guess using that... Yeah, that's a weird mechanic. It feels like you're throwing a Pokeball to catch things, but it's not a Pokeball and it doesn't catch anything. It's just a bomb. So yeah, shall we call this stream here then? Because yeah, I'm getting a little bit tired. So slightly low on the energy right now. So yes, good seeing everybody, and thank you all for being here. You know, it's always nice to have a stream with people getting on and chatting. I know Twitch isn't my regular, so thank you to everybody who's been chatting for the first time here and has maybe popped over from the YouTube. So let me just see what's going on. If anything, okay. So yeah, okay. There's a few people streaming. So how do we do this? How do we do this? How do we do this? Oh. Okay. If I do that, does that actually work?
Right, about if you want to know, right? Do you know? I need to watch more Castlevania. I used to watch it all
Let's
the
see if
time.
this works. Let's see if I can send you over to Charlie Parr. Okay, let's send you over to Charlie Parr, who's usually does some sort of something interesting. In this case, he's doing Mr. stuff, arcade wannabes. I don't know. Might be interesting. So yeah, I hope you've all had a good time, and I will hopefully catch you on the next one. Take care.
Get a head start as Pictomancer.